Hello my dudes and welcome back to Shogun style Minecolonies. Last episode, obviously, we worked on the plantation. So let's take a look at that. Now when I left you, it was a little bit rough around the edges. We put down a few fields, but they hadn't been built yet, and the area was very messy. Well, we addressed that. We've tidied things up. We've built a proper staircase that comes down from the wall, and the area is looking a lot neater. It's far from finished, but we made a good start. Now before we crack on with today's episode, I'd like to say a massive thank you to you guys at home for your participation in this series, whether it's dropping a comment to give me some tips, advice, or how you feel about the videos, contributing your name to become one of our members of the colony, or just hanging around on the Discord and making the community a more fun and better place. A massive thank you to all of you dudes who do participate. And if you do want to get involved in the Discord community, there is a link in the description below, so hop on the Discord and say hello to us. Anyway, enough about that. Let's jump back into Minecraft, and what are we going to be doing this episode? What do we need to do around the colony? Well, let's take a look. So let's see what we see. I've got a whole bunch of gold, and we've been hiring some dudes. We've got Birchface Blue, who's a fresh new colonist. We've also got Raven Sonata. Welcome to the crew. We invited Katsu Kevinson. Hope you're having a great time. And over here, there's a couple more dudes. Let's see who's knocking around. Oh, we got Al Bucket. Hello, Al Bucket. Welcome to the crew. And who's this? It's Violacia Ziltic. Yeah, there we go. Wait, I don't have the gold. Oh man, we're running low. Well, I can go and re-up because we did make loads in the camp. Oh yeah, there we go. Just look at all this gold. There's so much. So now we're fully restocked on gold. Let's go and get Violacia into the colony. Welcome to the crew. Iron boots mean you're going to have good stats as well. Whoa, 30 strength. Don't mind if I do. You will make an amazing... Oh wait, no, look at this. Your colony does not have enough space to house another dude. So we've reached capacity for now. Now, as always, that doesn't really mean that we're at capacity, because what we can do is we can come over here and hire a bunch of guards. So settings, auto worker hiring on, and we should see a whole bunch of dudes become knights. Oh no, whoa, look at this. So number of citizens now is 50 of 50. The last research we did to expand the colony has expired. And that makes me realize, actually, last episode we didn't do any research. So let's keep on top of that and go and take a look at what's available. Okay, here we go. Decisions. We've got 3 university workers over here, 3 researchers, Lady Bobohead, Ryu Oromaru, and Icky Vicky the Feeble, I think that is. Doesn't quite fit there, but that's what we know she's called. And let's take a look. So the research that expands the size of your colony is always in civilian, and I think it's hamlets. Yeah, this will get us up to 100 dudes. But just like Outpost, it requires steak. Now the cowhand has been hard at work, so we should have some meat lying around. But new buildings are way more important than any research that just upgrades our dudes, so let's go and see what kind of buildings we can get now. Ah, look at this. So if we want to get civing, we do need a fisherman's hut. So I do think it might be soon that we have to build this fisherman's hut. This cheat sheet, that's going to get us more recipes inside our buildings. That's a really important one, and it only costs 64 paper, which we can do now that we have a plantation. Also, builder modes gives us new ways to configure our builders to build buildings in different ways. Some of these can be better. Mostly, they don't really change much, but it's nice, it's cool, it's interesting. So we're going to go for builder modes, cheat sheet, and if we can grab the steak, we're going to research hamlets so we can get 100 dudes. So the stakes are pretty high, but are the stakes actually pretty high? Do we have a lot of stakes in our warehouse? Let's find out. So we're looking for beef, raw beef. Oh yeah, luckily enough, we've got 144. Let's find out where these are. Okay, there's some over here. green, and there's some over there, red. Why is this one red? Okay, there's 7 in here, and over here we're looking at, yeah, 2 stacks. That's perfect. We'll get these cooked up in a jiffy. And for this, the smelter is multi-purpose, so we'll just plow these in here. Very nice. So what else is going on? Well, let's have a think. We also want some paper, but I'm not sure we've got much sugarcane lying around, which means it's the perfect opportunity to go and configure our plantations. Let's see if we can get these bad boys working. Now, workers always need examples of the things they're going to be digging, building, etc. So we'll get a few things. We're going to grab some cactus from over here. And there we go. I reckon 18 is plenty. And likewise, we're also going to get some sugarcane over here. We'll get some bamboo out of the computer, but I also want to make some SNAD, because I want to see if the plantation can use SNAD to grow things like sugarcane and cactus quicker than sand. If it does work, it's going to be a nice little hack. So here we go. I've got 18 cactus. That should be plenty. I've got some bamboo, a stack of sand, got some paper over here, and some sugarcane. This should be everything we need to get our existing plantation fields up and running. We don't have cocoa beans. We'll do those at a later date, because while cocoa beans are pretty cool, oh my god, I love chocolate so much. It's also not super essential. Chocolate is definitely a luxury over here on the colony, and we don't really need that much brown dye yet. We will get to that point, but that point could be some way down the line. So we'll take the stairs over here. I think I overshot them. They're not the greatest of stairs, so I used the stairs from the infrastructure decorations tab. And they look pretty cool, they do the job, but they're a bit on the small side for the amount of dudes that are going to be going up and down these stairs. Anyway, here we are. So the plantation fields, I think these work exactly the same way that the farmer fields do. Now this plantation field says it's for bamboo. Okay, this one says it's for cactus. And look at this. The sugarcane one has already started to grow the sugarcane. So here is the big $1 million question. What we're going to do is we're going to dig up all of this sugarcane. Why not? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our crafting table on a stick and make ourselves some SNAD. Wait, that's suspicious sound. We don't want that. We want SNAD. There it is. And we're going to replace these blocks of dirt down here. Whoops. With the SNAD. Sorry about that, Dusk. Didn't mean to smack you. Okay, so we know that the worker planted sugarcane on these blocks. We've replaced these blocks with the SNAD. Now the $1 million question. If we give Dusk some more sugarcane, will they put it back?
It's a fine afternoon.
On those blocks, but it looks like she's not. No, she is. Oh my god, it works. That is incredible. So we can replace all of this grass with SNAD, and it's going to make our sugarcane grow even quicker. That is incredible news. We're obviously going to do exactly the same thing for cactus, so I'll join you guys once we've upgraded all of this grass to SNAD. And there we go, my dudes. That is all of our dirt upgraded to SNAD on the cactus and the sugarcane. And already this sugarcane is now level 3. Oh my god. This is incredible. So replacing your sand with SNAD is a huge tip. It's going to increase the output of your plantations massively. Now, I'm not sure which worker is working which field. Let's make sure all of these are configured correctly. So if we go over here to the plantation, go over to fields, you can see, right. So this one is working the sugarcane field, but it's not working the bamboo one. If we set it to manual, you've already reached the limit of fields. Wait, that can't be right. This plantation is level 2. Wait, are you saying I can only do 1 field per level of plantation? That feels a little bit BS. That is not the coolest thing I've seen today. But wait a minute, what's this? So also when we come over to the second plantation, it says we don't have the research to assign this field to the plantation. So what is going on with the research around the plantation? Do we have to research being able to do more fields? I want to go over to the university now to double check what is going on with this plantation research. It sounds like there's a lot of research that we're missing that we have to learn to make our plantations work properly. So let's take a look. We've got 1 diamond axe, 1 stack of paper, and 2 stacks of steak. This is all the research that we wanted to do before, but let's take another look. So we were looking at the plantation and it said we needed to do some research to improve things. And it looks like if Let It Grow opens up the plantation, the ones that branch off from this could be quite interesting. So there's crop rotation. This unlocks 1 additional field. Okay, that's pretty important. Requires 32 sugarcane and 32 cactus. That's something we can manage. There's a research for getting kelp, seagrass, and sea pickles from fields. That could be really important, especially for kelp and the hospital. And look at this. This one is going to be essential for us. So with 16 bamboo, 16 cocoa beans, and 16 vines, we can research Jungle Master that's going to unlock bamboo, cocoa, and vines. And exotic fruits research is needed for the glowberries. Wow, okay. So the 2 main important ones I think are crop rotation that's going to get us 1 extra field, Jungle Master that's going to get us the bamboo that we desperately need. But for getting both of those, the 3rd research that we absolutely have to do is going to be Hamlet. So we'll get Hamlets underway. And yeah, I guess it's time to forget this diamond axe, forget this paper, because the plantation research is essential. Now that research is going to take us a long time. Level 3 research is not quick. That's going to take about 2 hours of in-game daytime researchers working on it. But we can at least get that research underway. That's going to be very important. So yeah, I've got to admit that this research is a little bit frustrating. The plantation is a tricky build to begin with. It's a big building, and building the plantation fields can be a little bit annoying, but to add to that, we have to do all this research just to make the building basically viable. It's crazy, but here we go, down technology, we've got all the bits now. We can do crop rotation. That's going to get us 1 extra field, just the 1 though, that's crazy. And of course, Jungle Master. And that's going to give us access to bamboo and cocoa. But there we go, looks like it's hit sunset and we can have a bit of a sleep. Okay, looking pretty good. So the research is underway, the plantation does work, it's getting some of the important things that we need. Once we get more research, we'll finish up setting that up. What else are we going to do? Well, let's take a look at the clipboard. So it's always good to double check what your workers need and are missing. But things don't really look insanely crazy over here. We do have some requests for some bows, and I guess that means the guard towers have started to recruit archers as well. So that's something we can set up over at the Fletcher's hut. But also the hospital does want materials to cure dudes of some interesting diseases. So we're going to need kelp, which is a plantation field. Poppies and dandelions come with the flower shop. Golden apple, I have no idea, but also honey bottles are pretty essential, and they're made at an apiarist's hut. Now usually I build an apiarist earlier than this, like usually it's very early. But we kind of ignored it for a while. Oh, who's this? Whoa, I mean this tavern fills up so quick. So there we go, 1 beehive, amazing, put that in there. Grab the apiary, and we have, yeah, the block we need. Obviously, the first thing we do with this is we load it up and see if this apiary is included in any other builds. And yeah, it looks like we're good to go. The apiary is only included in horticulture flowers. Wait, hang on a sec. Does the apiary and the flower shop combine into 1 building? Well, let's go and find out. So I do reckon, actually, there's going to be enough room over in our agriculture area to put down the apiarist's hut or the flower shop. We've got a little bit of space over on the end next to the composter that I really want to dedicate to something cool, and I think the flower shop or the apiary hut will be a good thing to put here. Yeah, look at this. I reckon this is plenty of room. If it's not, well, oh my god, I don't think it's not going to be. We'll obviously have to move a tree or two, but let's take a look. Yeah, so it's going to be the flower shop. That is very interesting indeed. So we're going to have to go and get the flower shop block. We've done the research so we can actually make this, but we can at least plan out where it's going to go now while we're here. So it is going to be a very tight squeeze indeed. This building just about fits here. In fact, I do believe this is kind of like the perfect hole. This hole was made for me. At level 1, obviously, well, this thing kind of looks like junk. I'm sorry, Spumantii, but I know it's supposed to. It's level 1. Level 1 buildings never look good. So, yeah, what about level 2? Yeah, at level 2 this starts to look a lot more like a real building, and at level 3, which is hopefully where we're going to go, initially. Yeah, at level 3 it looks really cool. Whoa, what are these blocks? These look amazing, I love those. But the big important question is, if this is also the apiary as well as the flower shop, where is the apiary hut block? Now what is really cool is the flower shop isn't just one flower shop. This was a complaint I had from previous versions of Minecolonies and different styles. The flower shop is just way too slow a building. You need lots of dyes, lots of flowers for all kinds of things, and the flower shop is never quick enough. However, with the Shogun style, the flower shop comes with 3 separate flower shops, so this building should go 3 times as quick. Oh yeah, here we go. It's this block right here. Okay, very good, and I guess the beehive goes inside here and interacts with the flowers that the flower shop puts down. Honestly, combining the flower shop and the apiary is a genius move, so well done Spumantii for that. Oh no, my dudes, we are in serious trouble. So the flower shop does require research to be built. Oh man, so it's a cool move putting the apiary inside the flower shop, but it does mean you can't even build an apiarist's hut until way down the line. We've already set some research, so we're kind of locked in until that finishes. Oh man, well let's go and check. Let's go and see where the flower shop research is and what we need to build to achieve that, because I think we might need to upgrade the composter's hut to level 3, and if that's the case we couldn't research it anyway, but let's take a look. It'll be technology for sure. Rainbow Heaven unlocks the dyer's hut. Yeah, flower power unlocks the flower shop, and it does require the composter's hut to level 3. So I think that kind of decides what we're going to be doing. Let's go and see the materials for the composter's hut, because I don't think it's going to be hard to get it to level 3. We went to level 2 before. I'm not quite sure why we stopped there though. We could be in trouble here. Let's take a look. Here we are, the composter's hut, Endo, Chief Poo Shoveler. Honestly, you're amazing at shoveling poo. But yeah, honestly, there's nothing really too tricky here. There is podzol required, but to make podzol, we do need to use the composter's hut, and also I do kind of think it's locked behind some research. Let's take a look, because maybe this guy's been making podzol for us. Man, do you know what? Every now and again, Minecolonies really does throw you for a bit of a loop. Usually, Minecolonies is smooth as butter. Everything goes fine, but every now and again, you get caught out and you need to do multiple things to get to exactly where you want to be. But let's take a look. Do we have any podzol? Oh, okay, whew, we're in luck. We've got 24 podzol lying around in the warehouse. That should be enough for us to get the composter up to level 3. That should be enough to get us the research so we can do flower power. With the research for flower power, we can build the flower shop, and with the flower shop, we can have the apiary inside, because there's no other building that has an apiary hut. Now, it's not the end of the world. If you do get to this position and you really do want an apiary, there's nothing that says you can't build an apiary from a different style. I want to remain faithful to Shogun style, so we're going to go through all of this trouble. But if you guys at home don't want to do that, the best way to do it is just to pick an apiary from a different style. It kind of sucks that you have to do that, but if you want to do it, the option is there. Anyway, step 1 in our plan is to get the composter up to level 3, so let's do it.
Yeah, I heard a whistle that time.
Now it is a real shame to lose all of these trees over here on the left, but yeah, getting the composter up from 2 to 3, pretty simple. It's a small building and it didn't take Sakura very long at all. Looks pretty good. Let's jump in. Now here we go. So I've noticed something weird. When I was watching this build, we've got a bit of a guard meeting happening up there on the tower, and you know what? I'm kind of worried because sometimes the AI gets a little bit stuck in certain areas. Guards specifically, because they have to patrol around the whole colony, really can fall into loops that they can't escape. So you do have to be careful that your guards don't get stuck in certain locations. We'll keep an eye on it because these guys messing around up here could come back to bite us in the butt. But yeah, the composter's hut. Does this get anything cool at level 3? The answer is, well, no, not really. It does look really cool. I love the back garden out here. This giant wooden barrel, which I guess is where the composting happens. But on the hut block itself, there's no new settings. There's nothing new or interesting, really. Still, Endo is still over here doing a great job. So now the composter is level 3, we can do the research that will unlock the flower shop. But of course, to do that, we need to wait for the research that we're currently doing already to finish. Oh man, what an ordeal. There's so much going on in the colony. So much to do, so much to see. And honestly, I really do wish there were some back streets we could take to avoid a lot of this, but it can't be helped. So is there anything else we can be doing? Let's have a think. Oh yeah, of course. So our archers wanted some bows, and we do have a Fletcher's hut over here in the lower city, so we might as well go and configure this. Also, actually, because we've got a mechanic's hut, maybe it's time that we upgraded this gate so it gets a proper stairway down to the bottom. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to go over here, we're going to find the block, which is up here. Sakura baby just finished doing the composter's hut, so she's going to be free. And we'll get her on this. And yeah, the reason why we didn't do this before is because it needs wooden gates down here that are made exclusively by the mechanic's hut. So over here at the residences, and which one of these is the Fletcher? I believe this is the Fletcher's hut. Oh, we don't actually have a Fletcher. Well, we're going to go over here. We're going to show employed yes, and we're going to see if we can steal one of the knights who has the best stats to be a Fletcher. Oh yeah, look at this. So Edison the Ronin, even though his name makes him a perfect knight, his stats actually make him a perfect Fletcher. So we're going to say, yeah, you were a Ronin, get on over here, but you did retire, you hung up your blade, and now you've become a Fletcher. The Fletcher should come by default with a recipe for a bow, but it doesn't. So we're just going to teach him the recipe to make a bow. It's just sticks like that, and of course, string. But again, much in the same way a blacksmith can learn how to make a samurai sword, I do believe that the Fletcher can learn how to make silent gear bows, but we don't need to worry about that too much because silent gear bows aren't really that much better than normal bows. They are when you upgrade them, yes, but we're not going to be upgrading them. So I think that's kind of it. Now, as night falls, I can hear skeletons underneath us. That's always a deadly place to be. So what we're also going to do is put those diamonds we mined last episode to good use and make ourselves some mega torches. Time to protect the lower city. So how many of these are we looking for? How many can we actually afford to make? Mega torch. They're mega and they're amazing. We're going to make some blocks of gold because we do have plenty of gold for that. There's 10 blocks. So the moment of truth, there's 1. There's 2, there's 3, oh my god, and there's 4. I reckon 4 is about as much as we're going to need for now. The lower city is big, but 4 is, going to be okay. These mega torches stop monsters from spawning in roughly a 64 by 64 area, but I don't know if that's like a circle or a sphere or a cube. Who knows?
See you tomorrow.
I don't know if you will. But either way, this protection is definitely required. So we're going to put one of these torches here by the river. I think this is a good spot. I really do wish you could see the radius on a mega torch to see how far it is protecting. I think that gets all of this top bit though pretty effectively. we're going to put the second torch over here, other side of the blacksmith. We want it somewhere where it's going to protect the plantation fields as well, but also the residences that we have over there. So I reckon, you know what, let's plonk one here. That looks pretty good. I probably could be doing this much better, but we're not, I know. But all we want is some basic protection, really. Oh my god, yeah, look at the SNAD. Dusk is going crazy, getting loads and loads of sugarcane, and the SNAD is making sure this grows really quick. Honestly, that is a top tip. But we'll put the other mega torch, I reckon. Where do we reckon we want to put it? Well, we want to get as much of this lower area as possible in here. So I think maybe putting it on the corner of the plantation field, like that. We'll keep one mega torch in the bank, because what we can do is we can leave it to spawn overnight and see exactly where the monsters do appear. That way we can come back, put a torch down, and protect that area. But you know what? I reckon, my dudes, this has been a pretty good episode. We didn't get a time-lapse build done, which is a bit of a shame. But what we did get done is a whole lot of research that's going to set us up for success in the future. So we can come back next episode and start on the flower shop. But let's go and say hello to Kaito and call it a day. Ah, Kaito, my friend, what a day indeed. I have been defeated by research at every single point. We have fallen really far behind in our studies. Do you have maybe like a haiku to, well, not really celebrate, but, you know, signify that we are really falling behind in our studies and we should have done our homework?
Yes. Getting behind on your studies. Let's see. Pages left undone. Deadline whispers in the night. Excuses won't help.
Yeah, you know what? That's a pretty good haiku. Well, a massive thank you for watching, my dudes. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and check out our Discord as well. Come and say hello. But until next time, take care.